with virtually millions of images being taken around the world every day, it's really hard as a photographer to create images that are unique, that you haven't seen before, something that's very special. Well, today on Short Exposure, we're going to take a look at one way to make your images more unique. So today on Visual Art Photography Tutorials, we're taking a quick look at how to make your images more unique. Now, you know, there's lots of things to shoot out there in your neighborhood and all around the world. But how often have you seen a beautiful picture and said to yourself, well, that's great, but I've seen so many pictures that look like this, there's really nothing special about it, even though it is really nice. But how about creating images of your own that stand out because of their uniqueness? It's not an easy thing to do, but one of the basic things that you can do to get started on making more unique images is that when you see something and take a picture of it, then look around you and look again at the subject and move around and work the scene and zoom in on your subject. Fill the frame. You know, filling the frame in photography can really make a big difference in how your images look compared to other photographers. If you're using a prime lens, then you move yourself. If you're using a zoom lens, then often all you have to do is work the zoom, because we see things a lot differently than what the camera sees. Now, as you know, if you've been watching my videos, at the very end of every video I say, it's not what you see, it's how you see it. But it can also be said that it's not what you see, but how your camera and your lens see things, because we see things, of course, three-dimensionally, and the camera and lens, it's all in two dimensions. So there's a big difference there, but you can use that to your advantage. So let's take a look at one subject that I was shooting and my treatment of it and how I tried to make it unique, my vision. And it'll be interesting to see what you think and how you would make this particular subject unique and special to you. Let's take a look. All right, before we get started today, I'd just like to thank all of you who have subscribed to the channel. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And you'll be joining a growing group of extremely passionate photographers. Okay, so this is the subject that we're going to be working on and that I worked on a few days ago. Now, my natural instinct is to move closer to this tree for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, because this is shot in a suburban setting, you have a path here and a bit of a bicycle path over here, and you don't really want to see this. Now, if you were out in a field, out in the country, maybe something that was in front of this tree might be really attractive and you'd want to include it into the scene. But even having said that, it's just a shot that you see a lot. It's a very nice willow tree, and you see a lot of these. Not a bad shot, but there's nothing unique about this. So, like I was saying, my natural instinct would be to move closer and to shoot up into the sky, as I did with this other tree at another time. Okay, so not a bad shot, gives you the idea. But I decided with this particular tree I wasn't going to do that. So what I did was I moved up here, I moved up closer to the tree and a little bit to the left. And I was using basically the same focal length, and I shot that one. Now, to me, that's a little bit more interesting than this, all right? To my eye. It's not really unique, but it is a little bit more powerful because I've moved closer and I filled the frame. Now, before I went any further, I took a look at this and I said, you know something, this rock here is good. I want to keep this in everything I shoot because it acts as an anchor. So, in the next shot, I took my zoom lens and I got even closer. The rock is still there, but now this is not just an image that you see all the time. It's a little bit different. A little bit of the tree here, of the trunk here, so that you still know what you're shooting. You know it's a willow tree and it's hanging down. You've got the rock to anchor. And I was almost there. I felt, you know something, I've just got to do something a little bit more. So what I want to do is I want to put a complete curtain over this image with these branches. So I zoomed in even more. And there you have it. The rock is still there anchoring the image. The branches are like a curtain over this particular scene. You don't even see the trunk anymore. It's just branches. It almost becomes a little bit abstract. Now, to my taste, I think I might prefer this one. I'm not sure. But that to me is a little bit more unique than this or even this. What would you do with a scene like this? And remember, you can do this with virtually anything. Buildings, some architecture, anything that you shoot. You've got to move around the subject, move in, zoom in, use different angles. Think outside the box. Do something that's not quite the norm. Until next time, I'm Ray Scott, reminding you that it's not what you see, it's how you see it. And I'll see you soon.